Welcome back to Bloody Knuckles Garage here. I got the first door done. As you can tell, window cranks down nice. Vent window works. And the latch goes. The door panels I removed off the spare car, they would work. They probably need some restoration work done on them, but I think the door panels I have on another parts car are in a lot better shape, so we will probably use those. Now I just wanted to give a quick demo on how this stuff is supposed to come out, because it is a step-by-step process. If you skip a step or do it wrong, it gives you a headache. So there's the innards of your door. First thing you're going to do is you're going to crank the window down, and you're probably going to want to remove your fuzzies. Window will be cranked down or up, doesn't matter at this point. And you're going to want to remove this. This is your door latch. Now this is kind of unique, and after you unbolt it, you're going to have to twist it in there until it comes off, because it has a little angular piece that goes in and then turns to lock. Another thing, difference between 64 and 63, you see 64 has that plastic clip. 63, it's got a little spring-loaded thing. So just be aware of those differences. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to let this rod just drop down. Get it out of the way. And then you're going to crank the window all the way down. Take this nut off. Crank this all the way in if you can. A lot of times they're rusty. You should be able to get it out if it's not all the way in, but it's a lot easier if it's all the way in. And then you're going to remove a screw here I forgot to put in my demo. And then you're going to have to come up on the top edge. And on 63 model doors, there's 3 screws. In 64, they added another one right in here. So you'll have to remove 4 screws on 64, and on 63s, it's only 3 screws. I think the vent windows will fit in the other doors, other than if you put a 63 and a 64 door, you'll have an open screw hole. And if you put a 64 and a 63, the screw hole, the extra screw hole should be covered up. But I'll get more on that once I test that theory out, as one of the doors in my car happens to be a 64 and the other one appears to be a 63. Once you have all that unbolted, this is going to be cranked down. You're going to be able to tilt this back and kind of start bringing it up. And this is where it gets tricky down here, and why you were supposed to screw this in as far as you can, because it's got to come around the back of that. And then you should be able to pull it up. Probably pull it a little sideways, because this here thing will get in the way. So you might have to go sideways a little bit and monkey with it a little bit. At that stage, you can roll the window all the way back up. Or not. Unbolt this piece and remove it. And then you should be able to roll the window down a little bit and start playing with this glass. And you'll just gently play with it at angles until you can finally slide it out of the regulator. Out of these here wheels. Once you have it out of those wheels, now you can unbolt the regulator and the door latch mechanism, and they're just a little fun to get out of the small openings on the door, but it's doable. You just kind of got to play with it. Find the right angle to get them out. Whenever you're putting it back all together, again, I'd bolt the door latch in first, let the rod hang, put your regulator in, crank the window all the way up, and then start feeding in the slide on the bottom of the window onto those two pieces until you get that in. Then you can finally stick your quarter window in, or your vent window in. Once your vent window is in, you can stick that piece back in and then play with it and get one of these back, one of your door openers back in. I found that's the best way. As far as those screws I was pointing to, as you can see here, this is a 64 door. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I come over here to this door, and I come down, it's only got 3. It's only got 1 here in the middle. I believe that lines up to one of the screw holes on the 4-bolter, but I'll let you guys know if there's any issues with that on a later video. Well, thank you. Have a good one.